All right, and let's start here. So, do we have the post-game sound by Dan Hurley from UConn? So, they lose.
Yeah.
And Dan Hurley on his way out.
Has some thoughts.
Yeah.
Yes, they lose by 2 to Florida, number 1 seeded Florida, 77-75.
And on his way out, is he talking to Baylor? All right, let's hear it. Okay, here's Dan Hurley from UConn.
A coach, I don't know necessarily, I was on the hot seat going into 23. You got to ask Dave Benedict. But until these men, until Alex Carabin put on the uniform, and Haas Sampson, the players change your life when you have such special people.
What is all that? Okay, I get it. They won back-to-back championships. They get knocked out. I got to say this. Dan Hurley has to be the most hated coach in college basketball. He has flipped the script. We get it. You won back-to-back championship. I think it's gone to his head. And he's been like what has happened here?
You got to break it down.
Starting from.
There you go.
What was it in Hawaii?
Yep.
When they kicked off the season, they lost back-to-back games. And I never want to come back here.
We ain't coming back no more.
Yeah, like he destroyed the place as if that had anything to do with him losing.
Right.
Then there was another game this year where they played, and he was taunting the crowd and pointing to 2 fingers like we won 2 rings or whatever. And then here, in a game that was close, but they missed free throws, and they didn't get offensive rebounds when they needed them. And he blamed the officials for losing the game against Florida. And the more you see him, and this is the guy who the Lakers offered the job to.
They did.
They offered J.J. Redick's job to this guy. And I don't know if his ego went through the roof because of that. He was courted by one of the most storied franchises in the NBA and offered a ton of money. And then he went back to UConn to be the god there. And now he's beyond reproach. I mean, I don't get it. But he's unlikable. He's just unlikable.
Yeah.
You can't be that big of a crybaby every time something doesn't go your way. And he's become like he's a sore loser. You won back-to-back championships. Do you know how many other coaches had to console their kids and deal with you know what I mean, losing in big moments or big spots? Have class. It's okay. Dan Hurley, you expect to win the NCAA championship every year?
Well, also, too, don't forget he was walking out to the tunnel and the guy, was yelling at somebody, said, good luck to you. Hopefully you don't get blanked over like I did. And just.
They blanked us.
Yeah, they blanked us. Yeah. And just continually having these moments where you're like, hey, man. So I look at it a couple ways. One life lesson I'm learning, I'm continuing to learn because you always have to be constantly learning. But somebody said something to me once, Rob, that I thought was really great because I get it now that I'm older. They said, what your love for, that special thing, can also end up being your kryptonite. And I'll give you an example. Everybody has that friend, wild Fred, right? Oh, man, hanging out with Fred. Why you like hanging out with Fred? Because Fred is wild. You never know what you're going to get into. And it's all fun, right, for the first couple years. Then I see you and I say, hey, you still hanging with wild Fred? Nah, why not? He's too wild for me. Man, I can't hang with him, man. I'm always in trouble. Police, I just too much. He's too wild. You loved him because he was wild and it was fun and it was crazy nights. Then you got older and you mature. And I say that to say the passion that Dan Hurley has, the all-night paying attention, watching film, running on high all the time, it's great when you're winning, right? You're looking at it, we're winning, we're having success, and people look at it as what, Rob? Passionate. There he goes. Tom Brady yelling at people on the sideline, that's passion. There you go, man. Look at him, he's passionate. If Tom Brady was 2-12, yelling at everybody, he's a diva. He's a bad guy. What a horrible leader.
100%, and that's the way people get it. But I'm in the Dan Hurley case, and I have it when he was walking off in the tunnel, quote, I hope, he's talking to Baylor.
Yeah.
I hope they don't blank you like they blanked us,
Yep.
Baylor. I really hope they don't. And, people could hear it. It wasn't like he was talking to somebody privately or whatever.
He's screaming this on his way to the tunnel. Yep.
And I just the attitude. Does a coach need to really – I don't care what the fans – it's college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to let the kids in college basketball get under your skin. You won 2 national championships. I would like to see, and I haven't seen it. If I'm wrong, somebody could tell me. Another college coach who's won championship who's pointing to his fingers like we won 2 championships. You see these 2 rings?
Yeah.
Seriously. That's tacky. It's classless. Everybody knows you won back-to-back championships.
100%. And again, it works out well because he was winning early, right? Meaning he's only been coaching now for a handful of years at UConn, and he's won. And he was going for his 3rd straight had he won this year. So it's cute, and it works when you're winning. He's passionate. Look at him. He's firing his team up. When you start losing, you start getting exposed. We start to see your true character, right? And his true character's coming out. He's like the kid on the basketball court who loses the game, wants to take his ball, kicks his ball out past the fence, because I'm mad, I'm losing, you fouled me. And that's starting to show. So to me, I'm looking forward to him using this as an opportunity to grow and mature because also, by the way, and we talked about this before, you're supposed to be a leader of young men.
Yes.
And I'm not saying you can't be passionate and be upset and ticked off. That's a part of life. But you can't be at every time something doesn't go your way. This is your reaction.
Right. To hell with Hawaii. We don't want to ever be here.
Right.
Really?
And every now and again, I'm going to need you to hit you with some Michael Jackson. I'm going to need you to look at the man in the mirror because it can't be all gravy when you're winning and leading the kids and then you're losing and it's the refs and it's the other
and
team.
It's somebody else and it's the fans and the crowd and all this other stuff. Why? For somebody who's won that much, you get me?
Yeah.
It's one thing. You won
off the bat.
Won a lot. And you're such
how long Tom Izzo been coaching? I'm going to throw you this alley-oop.
Since Moby Dick was a guppy.
How many rings?
He's got 1 championship.
Then Hurley already got 2.
And that 25, Tom hasn't won in 25 years. I'm just saying you can't be it's a loser's mentality, loser's behavior, and it's unbecoming. I don't know how anybody could want to root for him or UConn. Seriously.
I think the people are looking at it as he's just passionate, he's all in, he cares.
You can have
and
passion.
I want that around. And I think to me, he's gonna have to learn the lesson. And this is this lesson I was saying JJ Redick's going to have to learn. You can't burn so hot 24/7. If JJ wants to coach for another 15, 20, 25 years, he's got to find the
That ain't going to happen, right? You'll be burnt out.
Having hard. I'm serious. Urban Meyer having health issues. You got to find
lap dances.
Yeah, lap dances and heart attacks. That sounds like a crazy album. So you got to find that. You know what I mean? Look, you got to ride the even kill. You can't go up and all the way down all the time. So you got to find that even kill. And he's going to have to find it. He's going to burn out, dude. He's going to burn out, right?
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Where are you, Dan Hurley? Passionate or loser? I mean, you got to fall in one of them. You cool with his behavior? Every time he loses, he flies off the handle, or so it seems. And he went after the refs after losing yesterday to number 1 Florida by 2 points. He didn't mention the free throws missed or grabbing an offensive rebound. Are you cool with it or not?